Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 31 of Let's Play Republic the Revolution. You probably already get the gist by now. That we're busy fighting a dictatorial government while locked in a life or death struggle with the criminally oriented opposition. And would you look at that, Grigory Kalinin has abandoned the movement! Well, Mr. Kalinin, you made a big mistake. Mark my words. So now I'm gonna have to find someone to replace him with. So I think we could go for either Gennady Ermalov or Evgeny Federov. At this point, I think we'd be best off with Mr. Ermalov. I'll have to see who's still in the movement. Or perhaps... yeah, we'd be better off with the other guy, since he seems to have similar aptitudes to the guy who just left the movement. So we'll go after Mr. Evgeny Federov and bring him into the movement. It's kind of ironic since rather recently we beat the shit out of him. So yeah. No hard feelings though, it wasn't personal. We just hated his movement and everything that it represented, you know? So we'll meet up in Mandelstam Park. No better place. I think that's the place where we had Comrade Kramov, or perhaps, no, Comrade Ignatev beat the shit out of him at night time back in the day. But those days are over now, it's fine. Don't worry. Kramov is the union leader, so obviously we need to do something more labor orientated. In the meantime, however, we've gained some important ground, and we need to keep it. We have the Grand Theatre, which boosts our influence activities. Unfortunately, we have nobody that's wealth-orientated, but that's going to change soon enough once we recruit this guy. This dude here is going to be our way out. In the meantime, I'll have to settle with some slightly less aggressive activities. I'm not against it, but I would have preferred something a little more aggressive. So, we have an opening, another rally will be launched, because why the hell not? Right in front of City Hall again, as a big fuck you to everybody who opposes the NPRM and who thinks that there's another future for Novi Strana outside of it. Now let's see, who is this assault planned against? Federov! Oh fuck! So it seemed that we were going to go and beat the shit out of him, and then an hour later meet with him and try to recruit him into the movement. I mean, it's one way to go around doing that, I won't deny, it could work. It could be a valid tactic. Seeing that he might feel better being under our protection. But I just don't think it would work as well as we'd hope. In the meantime, we've got to launch some more public criticism. We've got to weaken the Anarchists so that they have no chance of getting back up. Oh, we have to rally first before the interview. Now that's going to leave us a bit tired, but it's fine. At this time, Comrade Fedorov should have had the absolute shit beaten out of him, so I'm sure he can understand the delay. And if he can't, that's that. Now it's night time, we're a bit tired, but this is an opportunity that we can't refuse. So here we go. Defeating the temptation to just jump in front of the nearest car and end our desperate revolutionary struggle, we are going to go up to the podium and give another speech. Speech after speech. There's basically a weekly rally at this point, but that's important. It's going to be a part of our party mythology. Think of the Nuremberg rallies, those were yearly. Well, we're doing 52 times better than they were. Fuck them! Dear Novi Stranans, I address you once more, with yet another appeal. Our struggle remains brave, our enemies remain determined, but we are likewise determined to overcome them. Our movement is continuing to grow, to gain traction. With every passing day, new people join our ranks. Tired of the oppression and the criminality of the powers that are in this nation. We present ourselves as always, as the saviors of the people, as warriors, noble in our struggle for our free Novistrana, for a nation that I dream of every single night, one in which man and woman and child shall have the opportunity to live a truly dignified existence. Anywho, the call to battle continues. How about we get something more important out of the way? So we need to seize the center, but we also need Potemkin Plaza under our control. So I'm gonna go for some army drafting operations there, because technically, although we're strengthening the army of a government that opposes us, the chance for a military coup remains always open, and that's the most important part. So we're gonna have to continue with the old charity work. And also with weakening the Anarchists. The Anarchists are actually, in fact, right now on the verge of collapse. They have little chance of making it out successfully. And that's fortunate for us. There we go! We've done it! We've taken the first steps towards setting up a charitable trust. Would I like for Comrade Baturin to explain to the others why that I'd prefer not to get involved in crime or business dealings? Indeed I would! We aren't businessmen. We'll leave that to the others. So now we have to find a contact investigating the city hall. But first let's look at our yields. We have gained more ground. The center is completely ours, and now we just need to investigate it. Sure, I can do that. In the meantime, this guy from Comrade Federo would be rather important to bring into the movement. His resolve is awfully low, but once he joins us, he'll have new life. Just how Comrade Ignatev, I believe, was when he first came along. And so then we'll have the strength to campaign in Laika Common, Ratushinskaya, and everywhere else for that matter. So basically we're being told the best idea would be to launch a spectacular fundraising dinner for our charitable trust in the Grand Theatre, and persuade its wealthy patron to support our cause. Now that sounds nice. That sounds positive. And I like positive stuff, since usually it's just the old, whatchamacallit. Usually we're just up to the old illicit activities, which, although they have their own appeal, they just don't. They pale in comparison to what we could be doing with our movement. If we make sure that we remain a force for good. We've got to keep organizing charity work, since that's our one way to success. The Anarchists are losing now. We're actually gaining traction. So this is a very important episode. I don't remember the last time we've actually achieved one of these objectives here. It's been, I don't know how many weeks. But yeah, so now I need to arrange a meeting with the theater owner. Is it Mr. Kempinov? Indeed it is. Well then, Mr. Kempinov. I believe that we have some liaising to do. Let's go with the Baikonur bar, might as well. Alrighty then. So we have lots of meetings, lots of campaigns. Essentially, we are constantly on the move. Organizing, organizing, and organizing. As well as executing, of course, since that's an important part of the whole campaigning thing. So it seems that we'll be liaising first, before recruiting that guy from the Anarchists. I'm fine with that, but it's been a while since I last tried this whole conversation minigame. I can't really remember how it goes. It's literally been a year. From what I remember, there's essentially just pumping the stuff, pumping your points into one main category, and that is it. Anyway, we're already asserting our dominance. It's an important step. You can't get me wrong on that. So now, we're discussing important business matters. Hopefully they go well. If I play my cards right, they will go fantastically. And we'll be able to launch our NPRM affiliated charitable movement with great pomp, with great glamour, with enough for people to in fact believe that we care about their welfare. We do really. But who knows? There's always skeptics. After all, I don't know how many years Novi Strana has been floating around with supposedly benevolent politicians fucking it right up the ass. And we've got to demonstrate to them that we aren't the same. We're a different breed. We are above them. We are a new breed of politician. Of revolutionary. And we'll have to convince everybody. Starting with this theater owner, for example. So let's do this. Important thing to remember is that even if we don't get him on board this time, we can liaise at any other time and get the exact same result. Because he is in fact rather tricky to persuade. Hopefully we'll overcome him. Come on. Yes! We'll just do it again. We're on a sort of winning streak at this point. We're getting close. Painfully close. We can win this, we can get him, we can convince him. Have we done it? We've done it! We've won the conversation. A quick a piece of advice here, a disclaimer. Don't approach conversations like this in real life, they aren't competitions. Unless you're in politics, and then they're whatever you want them to be. But in this case, and only in this case, can I really call a conversation a competition. Otherwise, it should be a free exchange of opinions. In the sense that you come in with an opinion, they come in with an opinion, and somebody leaves with a different opinion. So now this is a success. I want to watch one of these beautifully rendered handshakes after this guy signs his name onto the form, onto the contract that I've carefully and handily printed out as I always have. After which I've just left it on the floor because I don't have space in my pockets for it. So now my hand's out there. Is he gonna get it? He's gonna grasp it? Yes, he's done it. There we are. Good dinner, good date. I enjoyed it. No homoeroticism to be seen here. No siree. That's day 111 now. Lucky day, because now we're going on a headhunting mission. Can't get a break with all this conversation. Great achievements, great advances, and we need to keep talking. My rhetorical powers are great, and we need to keep using them to their greatest ability. To their potential. Now this guy's clearly below us. It doesn't matter, we're recruiting him intentionally to be a lackey. Look at him! We need to give him a nice induction. A bit of a hazing might follow if he does say yes. So we'll get him into the NPRM, get him to abandon the Anarchists, because the Anarchists fucked us over by stealing one of our members. We can do the exact same thing to them. All's fair in love and war, and I think this is a case more so of war than of anything else. Undeclared civil war, that is. We've yet to bring the gun into Novi Strana in politics, but it follows. It'll happen soon enough. I'd rather avoid it, but the way things are going, the government is being too complacent recently, too quiet. They aren't enforcing order. Look at this drunk motherfucker right there walking down the street. It's clear the police are being briefed on something more important. They're probably getting ready to repress us with all that they have, because soon we're going to be breaking out of this city. It's all a matter of time before we leave this shithole once and for all. Now I hope his resolve isn't higher since I last looked at him. Because if I lose this conversation, I'll be pissed, not gonna lie. Painfully awkward silence is over. Now let's try and win this. Yeah, I have a much better chance than him. He has almost double the points to gain. So that means that I'm almost... It's almost a shoo-in, really. I can win this. Really easily. It's all just a matter of literally playing the cards right, and since he just played practically all of his points in the past 3 rounds, we're gonna jump in here and take the prize. Boom. And now we continue. I'm much closer to my goal than he is to his one. Fuck's sake. Come on. I'm afraid now, I really am. I might lose this. Fuck! Alright, so we lost the conversation. But on the other hand, the owner of the theatre has agreed to allow us to use his premises for a fundraising dinner. I just need to arrange it personally, and hope that one of the attendees will be appropriate as a sponsor. Failing that, I'll have to hope that a guest will be able to point me in the right direction. Alright, alright. Fine. Fuck you, pal, fuck you. We'll liaise with you another day. I really should have beat the crap out of him last time. Maybe I'll do it now. What do you say, you ready to assault the fella? I think you are. Get Fedorov, beat the crap out of him. He slighted me. He snubbed the NPRM. So come on, I'm trusting you, Comrade Ignatev. I believe in you. You're a good man, a strong man, a hard man. Alright, more statistics are in. Our momentum is insane. Literal bro momentum right here. Once more we control more than half the city. It's been a while. In the meantime, the Red Mafia has been completely annihilated as a movement. And organized anarchy is on the verge of total collapse. Their members do remain rather zealous though, since I couldn't even recruit one of them to the movement. But soon enough they'll collapse. It's obvious. Only the Constantino cartel continues to pose a threat to us. And we know that they're a national force, since we were fighting them all the way back in the day in the previous town that we were in. I can't remember the name of it because it's been about a year and a half. But I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So more points are in. Really, we are gaining ground at a spectacular rate right here. It's all going beautifully. Not gonna lie. It's great. And we're gonna continue on this path. Pushkin Park is gonna come under our control. The Buran Gardens as well, if we know how to pull this off. Which I'm afraid we might not, because we really need to gain Mr. Fedorov onto our side, which I'm fearing that we might not be able to. We're organizing more strikes, more activities. It's clear that this city is on the verge of falling into our hands. It's all just a matter of when and how. So I'll wait a bit longer before holding the fundraising dinner. Eventually it'll happen in Makievich Court, but not yet. It's a good thing we captured that theatre, come to think of it, completely under our stranglehold. Perhaps I should try and attack our old rivals, the cartel, for once. Because I remember in the last place that we fought against them, it was complete and utter war. I can't remember how intense it was since we were busy fighting those working guys as well. But I sure do remember that it was tricky. So we'll strengthen the army draft activity to get it to be more active. So the Constantino cartel has grossly miscalculated. They've fallen victim to a classic blunder. Just because we were focusing on beating the crap out of the Anarchists doesn't mean that we've turned our gaze away from the cartel. In fact, they are on the verge of a similar collapse the second that they attempt something against us. And so, without further ado, I'm going to seize Pugachev Fields from these sons of bitches, these corrupt servants of Satan, while continuing to preach on behalf of the NPRM. Essentially, our movement is gaining serious ground right now. It's great. It's beautiful. And we're going to continue gaining ground in the next episode. And until then, I really do hope that you've enjoyed the series so far. And if you have, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and to subscribe to my channel. I have been the Nerd Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for today.